What's going on, guys? The old Bass Boss 334 here. We are talking week 5 post game, and we are here with the Motor City Ambassadors, Jeremy Baker. Man, Jeremy, y'all had a hell of a match this past weekend with the Indianapolis Knights on St. Clair. It's a home match for you guys. And when I say a hell of a match, man, it was watching the scoreboard go back and forth. You guys were up, and then you were down, and then it was a pretty wide gap, and you guys were able to battle and just keep fishing hard. And tell me a little bit about that comeback. Again, y'all won by 2 inches.
2 inches. Anytime we face Indy, we know we're up for a fight. It don't matter if we're home or we're away. It just seems like two teams that match up very well together, and we know we're in for a battle every time. Luckily, we're at home here at St. Clair, but it's anybody's game here. I mean, it's a nationally known lake. Pretty much if you're coming up and fishing a great smallmouth fishery, you've been here. But yeah, we faced them off. It went down to the wire. When I say, I mean, I was filled with emotions. I kind of planned my tournament around, they were calling for wind and everything else. And anyone that knows Lake St. Clair, it can turn into a mess in a hurry, So I tried to pre-plan that all week. I went out pre-fishing after work every day. And I had me a river spot. The other guys were out concentrating in the lake, right? So that's where probably your numbers are going to come from. But I found a 100-yard stretch in the river that just held fish. I went there 2 days prior to the tournament. Probably, once I found that stretch, I had 94 inches in probably a 20 to 30-minute stretch. And I bailed out of there, fouled it up the next day to try to expand on the area. It's tough in river fishing when you got that current, you got that wind. You're constantly, you're not just parked somewhere. So it's something that's constant all day long. So to find those areas that you could, hit and pull off and come back to, it can be a struggle. Like I was telling Greg on the phone, my bass boat days where I can make a whole milk run on the river, and you could pluck them here and there. Kayak fishing is a little different. You got to plan your day accordingly, and you're pretty much tied into that, right?
There's no sitting down the big motor. You can't just turn the big motor on and go from point A to point Z. You got to cover A, B, and C very, very detailed.
That's
that guy, man, that gets you guys to 4-0. 4-0. That's huge. We got 4 weeks left. You guys got another road match this week against the Indianapolis Knights, the same team that just come to you guys, and I'm sure they're going to be hungry. Those guys brought some sticks up there, Chip Romanovich and Mike Elsey. Mike Elsey being a national champion, he's hungry to fish anytime and every time he's out there. So to get to 5-0, tell me what that would mean to you in the Motor City Ambassadors.
Oh, it would be huge for us. I mean, the level of competition within this league, within our division even, is phenomenal. I mean, any win you can get is a big win. And to go, an away game on a lake that, they're probably well more familiar than we are with that. It's gonna be tough. We're gonna have to do our homework. And I know the guys did fish it last year. I wasn't able to make that one. But we'll put it together. We'll pre-plan. I think one of the strengths of our team is the ability for all of us to put our heads together, get out there, make a solid plan, and execute. And that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to fish clean, and we know what we're up against, and it's just going to be one of those things. But I'm telling you, man, this team is something else. We are all grinders. Comes down to the wire. We all fish well together. That's what it's going to take. And I mean, I think that's our strength, and we're going to have to bring that to Indy for sure.
Well, I talked to Zach before this week's matchups, and we kind of talked about what 4-0 meant, going 4-0 in the conference and overall standings, and that pretty much, especially within your division within the conference, can secure you guys a playoff spot. Now, get to 5-0, you're talking about the potential of having the home field advantage, or the number one overall seed for the conference. Communication is key in kayak fishing, and having fished this lake without giving too much away. Communication for you guys will be key. Now, tell me what the communication aspect as far as the team environment means to you. Like, is there a point man? Is there somebody that's really kind of the vocal leader of the team, or you guys all have a lot of input? Tell me how y'all, when you're breaking down the waters, or you're picking your ramps or your spots to go to, tell me what the communication factor is for your team.
I think it's huge. Our team, I wouldn't say there's one point, right? We're all backing one another throughout this whole thing. This match in particular, was a prime example of that. Going in, I struggled. I'm not going to lie. This is my home lake that we just fished on. And, you know, I was probably the one that, you know, not going to be the numbers guy, but I'm going to be the big fish, hopefully, guy that can throw up some, because I was definitely on them there. But it started off frustrating. It thunderstormed right over my spot the very first part of the day. I couldn't even get to it till almost 10 a.m. But I struggled, and I know, like, just that communication. Eric sent me, he called me and sent me a text, and, you know, settled me down a little bit. You know, with buddy, we just need 2. We don't need 5. Just, you know, but we need 2 good ones. And fortunately enough, I mean, that was the pickup I needed. I stuck it out. I knew I was on the right fish there. Just with the wind playing and going against the current, I really fought it all day. So it was a mental grind. But even just that little bit, that text, you know, or keep going, we're on them, you do your thing. And, you know, it worked out. It was a good plan. It just, you know, my end of it didn't work out. I was frustrated myself. I really thought I was going to go in there and crush them. But, you know, weather conditions change on you in a hurry. And, you know, just that little bit of, you know, stick with it. You got it. And, you know, I did. At the end, I was able to hunt the 18. We're still behind. And, you know, minutes to go, that 19.5 hit. And, boy, I let her yell. I got my inner Ike out on the lake out there. I mean, just the mental
I can imagine.
of it and just that close and emotions. I mean, it was awesome. But
I can imagine. Like I say, when I last checked the leaderboard, they were up on you guys by about 6 or 7 inches. And, you know, you only had like 30 or 40 minutes to go. And I was, you know, really planning out my plans for these interviews. And I was thinking, man, this is a hell of a match. No matter what side I get to talk to, I'm gonna, you know, I'm actually gonna have Mike Elsey on a little bit, and speaking to you guys, it's gonna be a different emotion from both sides. Fortunately, we get to see it in back-to-back weeks.
Right.
So let's hope you guys are able to get out there and be safe and bring us the same level of, you know, mastermind matching wits competition this next week at Manitou up there in Indy.
Yeah,
Well, Jeremy, guys, congratulations on the 4-0 start. We look forward to what you guys continue to bring. Best of safety and best of luck to you guys moving forward. And we hope to and plan to have some of you guys on the show again real soon.
All right, Keith, I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Absolutely, man. Have a great day.
You do the same. Thanks. Take care.